Sly Cooper, Rise of Vexen. Written by Tatsumari Korisuno. Somewhere in the Sahara Desert, Egypt, 2:35 p.m. June 14th, 1345. The air rippled, shoving clouds away until Murray's van exploded from the vortex, clipping the top of a dune and sliding to a stop within the sand, all four wheels buried up to the axles. For a long while, no one inside moved, until the sun glinting off a mirror woke Kit up.
Oh, my head. I never thought I'd get knocked out twice in a few hours. I'm beginning to wonder if I have brain damage.
That is a distinct possibility.
Bentley groaned. Penelope and Vexen all stirred after a short while, rubbing shoulders, necks, heads, and arms while squinting their eyes away from the sun reflecting off the golden sand.
Where are we?
Vexen asked, laying back in her seat, trying to massage away the pounding headache behind her eyes.
I think you mean, when are we?
Penelope chimed in, pushing herself up and helping to right Bentley's wheelchair.
That would be a good question, Penelope. We could be years behind Clockwork and already too late for all we know.
Bentley said, bringing up the holographic computer from his chair and tapping away on it. Murray was the last to wake up and pry each of his fingers away from the steering wheel, starting up the van after cleaning out the air filter and eventually getting it unstuck from the dune. Starting the van restored power for Bentley to use his telescope's radar and atomic decay scanners.
Well, from what I have found, we appear to be in the middle to late 1300s BC. Using references from the Thieves Raccoonus, it's also the same period as Sly's ancestor, Sly Cooper I.
Bentley explained, swiping the information from his computer in the van to the chair's computer.
Looks like we didn't need the time machine after all,
Murray said with a grin, dropping the van into gear and beginning to drive in a random direction.
Not true. We still need to find Sly and get back to the modern day. The temporal tunneler is a one-way trip. Our time machine can get us back.
Bentley interjected, making Vexen huff.
That explains when we are. But how do we know where we are?
That's easy.
Penelope piped up.
Based on dune patterns in the sun's position, we're in the Sahara Desert. And the nearest city would be that way.
She pointed enthusiastically, pointing to the right of the current direction. Murray hauled the wheel, jumping over the tops of dunes and surfing back down the sides. After almost an hour, they crested a dune to see a busy, hard-packed dirt road where camels, wagons, and horses flowed in either direction.
Almost reminds me of Los Angeles,
Vexen muttered. Above the road, Kit noticed the air begin to ripple, small at first, becoming more and more pronounced.
What is that?
She exclaimed, pointing it out to Bentley and Penelope. They were about to offer their theory when the air pulled into the center, thunder cracking all around them to reveal a swirling blue mass within.
Another time portal?
Bentley asked himself until a big machine shot out of it, spreading its wings and rocketing away, kicking up sand and dust in its low-flying wake.
That was Clockwork! How did we get here before he did?
Murray exclaimed, driving down the road and flooring the accelerator, trying to keep up with their target while avoiding the cart traffic.
It must have something to do with our bumpy ride in getting here. In either case, don't lose that bird, Murray. He could be leading us right to Sly.
You got it, chum!
Murray bellowed, shifting into high gear and flooring the pedal once more. They were so close to their goal, but Clockwork's presence made this journey more dangerous. Worried their presence might harm time, Bentley picked up the Thievius Raccoonus and flipped to the pages from Sly Cooper. Yet, nothing seemed to have changed.
Could this mean our coming here was all supposed to happen?
He thought, turning to the next page when he realized a new page appeared. Or perhaps it had always been there, but was stuck to the other pages. As he peeled away the page, his eyes grew wide and his jaw dropped.
Vexen! You need to see this!
He shouted. Murray swerved from the sudden noise, regaining control as Kit and Vexen swapped places, and Bentley set the book in her lap.
Look at this! It says that Sly Cooper used his skills as a thief to woo the princess's heart, Carmelita Montoya. The drawing here makes her look almost like you.
Vexen's eyes widened and her heart began to pound.
No, it can't be. Carmelita was the cohort of Sly Cooper, not an actual princess.
She stammered as Penelope came over to look at the picture.
Who's to say she wasn't a princess before she met Sly Cooper? You were an Interpol officer, but since you met Sly, look where you are now.
Vexen closed her eyes and sighed, thinking back to what Clockwork said as Darius.
This is loco. This can't be a coincidence.
What is?
Bentley asked, looking over the picture until Vexen pulled out the journal she had received in Vegas.
While Clockwork was trying to choke me to death, he said that Sly would pay for taking everything from him, and I would pay for rejecting him. What if he was talking about Carmelita? What if this is just Clockwork holding on to a broken heart for all these millennia? What if it all starts here, in Egypt? What if this is the start of Clockwork's haunting the Coopers?